Hello, students. Welcome to the last lesson, the next to the last unit of our book. You're almost finished. You're amazing. You're fantastic. And so here we are on the last page. What is it? Page 97. We're on page 97, and we're on lesson number 10, the reading lesson. So remember, we read for comprehension. You know we're going to ask some questions, so get your paper and get your pen. Write down the important information, all right? What are we learning about in this unit? We're learning about past tense. We're learning about the past tense to be verbs. Was, is, wasn't, weren't, did, didn't. Okay, so we're learning about the past tense. We're learning about the WH question words. When, where, who, what, how. So, as I read, you should open your book and read along with me, or read along with me as you see the lesson on your screen. We're going to read about 3 famous artists, and then we're going to ask you some questions. All right? And so these 3 famous artists are from different places in the world. 3 famous artists. The article is about a printmaker, a painter, and a sculptor. What is the major school subject for these? Fine arts, right? The major school subject is fine arts. The minor subject is printmaker, painting, and sculpturing. Printing, painting, and sculpturing are the minor subjects under the major school subject of fine arts. Look at the artists' names, when they lived, and where they were born. Okay? There's some questions you should prepare. Pay attention to their name, where they lived, when they were born. Can you match each work of art with the artist? So look at these. Hiroshige, I guess, Hiroshige, maybe. Hiroshige, Japanese. Which one of these paintings look like, we can say they're not paintings, we call them a work of art. Which one of these works of art, these is plural, therefore it's works of art. Works of art means something that has been painted, something that has been sculpted, something that has been done to make beautiful. We call it a work of art. That's the phrase we use. And so but when there's more than one, we use plural, works of art. And so which one of these works of art look like they've been painted by a Japanese guy, Hiroshi? Number 1, number 2, or number 3? What do you think? And so Frida Kahlo, where do you think she's from? Which one of these works of art do you think was created by Frida Kahlo? Number 1, 2, or 3? And finally, Alexander Calder. Which of these works of art do you think was created by Alexander Calder? Well, let me read, and then I'm going to show you some works of art, and then you can decide, and then you can answer the questions in exercise A. Hiroshige, 1799, this is how we say it, 1799 to 1858. When you see the dash or the hyphen, it means to. It means from 1797 until 1858. It means he was born in 1797 and he died in 1858. And so when you see these numbers next to a person, it means the year they were born and the year they died. And the way we say it is 1797 to 1858. Hiroshige, 1797 to 1858. Hiroshige was born in Edo, now Tokyo. As a boy, he studied with a famous artist. Hiroshige traveled to many beautiful places in Japan. His woodblock prints are landscapes, mountains, fields, rivers, with small human figures. Hiroshige's prints suggest strong feelings about these places. Okay, where was he born? When was he born? When did he die? What did he paint about? Frida Kahlo, 1907 to 1954. Frida Kahlo was born near Mexico City. At 15, she almost died in a bus accident. For the rest of her life, she was disabled and in pain. Disabled, net pica, quat pica. Soon after the accident, Kahlo taught herself how to paint. Kahlo is especially famous for her self-portraits. In these paintings, Kahlo used bright colors and strange symbols to show her feelings. So where was she born? When was she born? When did she die? And what did she paint about? What was she famous for? Number 3, Alexander Calder, 1898 to 1976. Alexander Calder was born in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a city in the United States. First, he studied engineering. At the age of 25, he went to art school. Calder developed a new kind of sculptor, the mobile. It's called a mobile. Mobiles hang from the ceiling and move in interesting patterns. In many of Calder's mobiles, wires connect flat, colorful metal shapes. You've seen these. If you've been in Siem Reap, where I live, or in Phnom Penh, sometimes if you go to the tourist market, you can see something hanging from the ceiling, and it's wire, and it's metal, and it's colorful. That's called a mobile, something that is art, that is hanging from the ceiling or hanging from someplace. It's called a mobile, and he's the guy who created the idea to do this. And so when you see the pictures, picture number 1, who do you think created that work of art? It's wires and colorful metal hanging from the ceiling. Who do you think created that? And how about the picture of the woman? One of these artists was famous because she painted a lot of self-portrait. A self-portrait is when you paint a picture of yourself. That's called a self-portrait. And number 3, one of the guys painted nature scenes. All right, so which one? Let me show you some pictures. Look at the slide. And so this is Hiroshi. There's a picture of Hiroshi. And here's one of his paintings, a beautiful nature scene of a mountain and a river and flowers and trees and clouds. Here's another one, another mountain. That mountain is called Mount Fuji, the most famous mountain in Japan. Mount Fuji with trees and river and bridges. So that's what his paintings look like. That's his style. And so for Frida Kahlo, she painted a lot of self-portraits, really. If you check on the internet and search her name and look under the photos, the pictures, all you can find is pictures of herself. She painted about herself. She liked to paint herself. And some of them were very strange. But this is nice, a picture of a bird and fruit, very nice. I like that. Bright colors. And this is Alexander Calder. And you see, he was not a painter, he was a sculptor. A sculptor is someone who makes things that stand and you look at them, or they hang and they look at them. And so there's one of his sculptors, and there's another that's a mobile that hangs from the ceiling. Here's more. These are really big ones in a room. These are not mobiles. because they don't hang from the ceiling, but they're sculptors of interesting shapes. Do you like that? Do you like Alexander Calder's style? I don't really like it. I like Hiroshi's style and I like Frida Kahlo's style, but I don't really like Alexander Calder's style. But anyway, I read it, and here are the questions. Actually, there's no questions. You have to write the questions. There are the answers. Look at number 1. What is Hiroshi famous for? He's famous for beautiful landscapes. Okay, here's another one. In Philadelphia. Who was born in Philadelphia? Who was born in 1797? Who lived near Mexico City? Who was born in 1898? And who was famous for self-portraits? And so you need to go back and read. The assignment is, it's a reading assignment. And so I read it to you. Now you need to go back and read it again, find the information. Make a complete sentence, just like number 1. And you're making a question. What is Hiroshi famous for? The next one is a question. When was someone born? Number 3 is another question. When was someone born? Another question, number 4, is where question. Where was someone born? Number 5, another one. When was someone born? And the last one, what was someone famous for? All right, go back and read, write complete sentences, and just take a picture of them and send them to me. So very easy lesson for your last lesson, all right? And so I will see you send all of your homework. Do not go to the next unit until you finish all of your homework for Unit 1 through Unit 15. And then go to the last. You know what? I was just reading a text message from another student, and he says, I studied Headway. He said, I have studied Headway Elementary 2 times already. That's good. Study it until you can do it, okay? Do not finish this class until you can speak English like me. All right? And so go back, listen to lesson 1. Listen, watch the videos again. You bought them, they belong to you. You paid for them. Watch the videos again and again. You have a lot of free time, I know you do. All right? When you wake up, videos are short, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. The longest, maybe 20 minutes. And so watch the videos again and practice saying it again and again and again and again and again until you can do it, all right? If you have questions, contact me by Telegram, and I'll do everything I can to help you, all right? So bye-bye, have fun, see you in the next unit.